Hey guys, so in this video I wanted to address a comment left by one of you, and I'm sorry I can't remember the name right now. I literally just looked at it and I totally forgot. If I remember, I will write her name in the comments, or in the description box, I mean. But the question was, do I think it is worth it to go to school to become a medical assistant? She is basically trying to decide whether she should go to school for medical assisting or become an LPN because people have told her that LPNs make more money. Now, I will tell you, at least in the area where I live, how much money you make as either an LPN or a medical assistant is very, very close. It does depend on what type of setting you work in, like whether you work in a clinic or whether you work at the prison, whether you work for an agency, whether you're full-time, part-time, all that stuff. I will tell you that a lot of the job duties are exactly the same or very, very similar. Like as far as in the clinic, there's a lot of clinics that tend to hire medical assistants just because, with LPNs, they can get away with paying medical assistants lower. However, I have found a lot of jobs, like when I was looking for medical assisting jobs, I have found a lot of medical assisting jobs that pay very, very close, like within $1 or two, to LPN jobs. So I think that when you're considering whether it's worth it or not to pursue either medical assisting or LPN, the most important thing is, what do you want to do with it? So for example, let's say you want to go the LPN route. If you plan on furthering yourself in the nursing field in the future, like say you want to become a nurse practitioner eventually, or you want to become an RN, whatever the case may be, if you see yourself wanting to further your professional career in nursing, definitely go with LPN over medical assistant, because medical assistant does not really do anything as far as like adding to your nursing career. I know that sounds horrible, but with medical assisting, that is a whole separate thing. I mean, it does do a lot of like quote unquote nursing tasks. However, like when you're in the nursing world, it's usually like CNA, LPN, RN, etc., etc. So you definitely have to take that into consideration as well. If you're just looking for something in the healthcare field that you could do long term, I would say your best bet might be medical assisting, but again, it's going to depend on what you want to do in the future and what type of setting you want to work in. There are certain places that will hire medical assistants instead of LPNs, or they may hire medical assistants but aren't really interested in hiring LPNs. If you guys want more like specific information on like the types of settings, I can do that for you, like make a video about it. But I definitely think that it's worth it. I don't regret getting my medical assistant certification. And another thing about like medical assisting, you also have to decide, like, do you want to do the associate's degree? Do you want to just get a national certification? Do you just want to do a diploma? Whatever. There are a whole lot of different options, and each option comes with different things. I don't know where I was going there. But, it can lead down a different pathway. You can learn additional skills. But like I said, if you want to further yourself nursing-wise, definitely I would recommend going LPN or RN instead of medical assistant, because I feel like if that's your ultimate goal, like if nursing is what you really want to do, I wouldn't go medical assistant, because one, you're wasting time that you could have spent as a nurse. Two, you're wasting money getting this education. I hate saying that because I feel like any education is not a waste of money, but I feel like if nursing is what you want to do, becoming a medical assistant is kind of a waste of money and time, when you could be going to school for LPN, you could be doing a nursing diploma program, whatever the case may be, to get into that nursing role faster than if you were to get, your medical assistant certification, and then you work as a medical assistant for a while, and then you decide to start school for LPN or RN. I hope you get what I mean there. Like I said, I hate saying that, it's a waste of time and money, but it honestly is if that's your end goal as far as career-wise. So I think that like whether or not something is worth it would be more dependent on like your own individual situation. Like, do you have the time to commit to learning this role? Do you have the money to commit to paying? There are a lot of different programs that will help you get a medical assistant or nursing certification or license. But you may have to look hard for some of them. I think it is definitely a positive thing trying to get into any healthcare field, or a career field, I should say, career path. But you definitely need to make sure that this is something that you really want to do, because this is going to take up a lot of time and effort, and it's definitely not going to be easy. Healthcare is not an easy job by any means. And I know a lot of you on my channel have followed me through like my whole CNA journey and becoming a phlebotomist and becoming a medical assistant. And now you're probably like looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm pre-med and I'm working in education right now. So it's very confusing, I know. And I'm sorry to get off track, but I hope this answered your question. I know I kind of got like all over the place there. If you have any other like specific questions or specific information you want to know about medical assisting, or CNA, phlebotomy, pre-med, whatever the case may be, let me know. I'd be glad to make another video for you. Like I said, hopefully I answered your question. I do think it's worth it to get any sort of education, but I definitely feel like you need to evaluate what you are able to swing at this point. Like, is it going to be more expensive for you to go to medical assisting and then go to nursing if nursing is what you really want to do? Do you have the time to do medical assisting and then nursing? I would say if you want to be a nurse, like, or go to nurse practitioner school or whatever in the future, go nursing, go with LPN first. I don't necessarily agree that LPNs make more than medical assistants, because like I said, I have seen a lot of jobs where the pay is not that different. Like, it's maybe $1 or $2, and honestly, like, pretty good pay. I was going to be making $26 an hour as a medical assistant at the prison. Like I said, it just depends on what type of setting you work in, what type of population you care for, if you're working agency or staff, if you work in a clinic. All of that stuff is going to vary, with your job and the setting that you work in. So yeah, anyways, I hope this was helpful. I will talk to you guys next time.